This time, we're going to have a crushing blow that's going to leave me devastated. And then I'm going to do something stupid to make me feel better. Stay tuned. This is the big moment. This is one that's been in the back of my mind for a couple years now. Longtime followers remember there used to be a different recipe for these brakes. Very similar, but different. Things have changed. The new spindle, I don't know exactly where that pushes the whole assembly. Is it still in the same place that it was? Is it pushed out? I don't know. With the old recipe, I guesstimated what type of wheels I needed. The back spacing has to be just right. The Chevette does not take a regular rear wheel drive wheel, but it also does not take a front wheel drive wheel. It's somewhere in the middle. For those that don't understand what I'm talking about, a rear wheel drive wheel will be more like this, where the wheel surface, mounting surface is back here, and then the wheel is out like this. It'll be a deep dish. But then you get a front wheel drive wheel and it's the other way around. It's like this, it's flat on the outside and the whole tire wheel goes inside. Then there's some that are somewhere in the middle. There were some third generation Trans Ams, Firebirds, that just had a little bit of a lip on the outside. They weren't completely flat, like a front wheel drive, somewhere in the middle. This is somewhere in the middle. You see a Chevette that has rear-wheel drive wheels on it, like the Monza Vega mag, any of the appliance mags that was popular on them, because they were all actually for regular rear-wheel drive cars, like the Vega or the Pinto. But if you see any of those, the wheel isn't tucked in like this. It's actually sticking right out there, just right flush with the edge of the fender. Personally, I think that looks sharp. That changes the whole attitude of the car. But when it's sitting as low as this thing is, that can be a problem. So what I did is I sat down and racked my brain and looked at all kinds of pictures and all kinds of specs. Not only did I have to find something that I think would fit in here, and I had nothing to measure off of either, but I also had to find something that had this bolt pattern. This is the 5 on 4 3/4, or also the 122 millimeter, I think. I'll have to look it up. If I'm wrong, I'm going to have it like right here. So I came up with BMW. BMW, the wheels on the back, that looks like it fits perfect. It is right out up against the quarter panel, but it's not touching. And I actually do have a plan if it touches a little bit. I do have a plan for that. So here comes the magic moment. I also wanted a steel wheel so I could run my moon discs. As most of you know, I love moon discs. I can't say why either. Oh no! Total fail. The brake caliper is hitting the wheel. Now this is closer to where I want to be for ride height. Maybe a little bit higher. Okay. It clears the fender. It does not clear the fender well. These tires were free. And after the fact, I realized they're a little bit taller than what I wanted. They're 195/65 R15, and they're just a little bit taller than the rear tires. Even though the rears are 16-inch, the total diameter is bigger up front. That looks stupid. I've got an idea. Let's see if the 16s fit in here better. I would much rather have the 15s and 16s staggered. I really have my heart set on that. But if I end up having to run 16s all the way around, I'll make it work. Well, it clears. Obviously it doesn't clear back there. Looks like I've got some more shopping to do. I'm gonna try out some more 15s. Now I have a backup plan. So I was planning on coming out here, getting some light over here, and finishing up this side, or at least starting it. But I'm not doing it in the puddles. You can see right up there where the roof is leaking. It comes off of that light and it drops right there, right where I'm sitting. I'm not doing that. I can't go on a total fail. Can't do it. Can't do it. There is something I've been thinking of doing here. And I need to take off this badge. Not only are they 10 millimeter, I actually have my 10 millimeter socket. I know. It's a mythical 10 millimeter, but I have it. Now I want to take these and bring them into the 1990s. I want to clean them up and see if I can't make them better. That's not a very good looking badge, is it? Look at these crisp lines. Right there's some of the, hold on. Right there's some of the blue paint. I just scraped some more off. More really, really good sharp lines right there. I want to clean these up, make them pretty. We'll just set this over here to dry. That should help. On to the next one. Okay, I think these are done over here in the oven. Yeah, close enough. A good way to find out without putting thumbprints in your fresh paint is to touch the cardboard, which, yeah, that one's still a little wet. I know this one's a lot better off though. That one's drier. Besides, we're not quite ready yet. It's gonna take a couple more minutes of me getting ready over here with prep. Okay, so budget. Always doing things on a budget. Cheap piece of trash paintbrush, but it's way too big. There we go. That's all we need. This is another Rust-Oleum acrylic enamel, 2 times coverage, paint plus primer. Paint plus primer is always fake. That's just slightly thicker paint. Semi-gloss black. Bonds to plastic, metal, and more. These are pot metal. They've got... Pot metal is where they go around the factory and they sweep up metal shavings from everywhere. So you get some aluminum in there, you get a little bit of tin in there, you get some steel, maybe even a little bit of cast iron shavings. Who knows? But they sweep all that up and then they throw it in and melt it and make something stupid like a badge, an emblem, or trim for the dashboard. Anything that somebody says is pot metal is literally mixed up scrap, all put into one pot and melted, and then cast into something. Get yourself something like this. You can use a cap if you want. I don't like doing that, but something to spray some paint onto. And then take your little tiny modeling brush, like this. If you got a model brush, use a model brush. This may not work out very well. Matter of fact, I'm getting scared. Now you're gonna put a little bit on your small brush. I've done this before, I had the right brush, but I've done this before and it came out beautiful. With my luck here lately, yeah, that's not gonna work. It's a couple nights later, I went and got some proper tools to do this. That paintbrush idea was not only stupid, but it didn't work. So let's check this out. All right, there we go. As you see, cheap Walmart paintbrushes. But I don't want to use expensive ones because this is going to be a one-time use. And I am cheap. We know this. Glasses. Wow, this is coming out sloppy as hell. When you're doing something like this, you want to brace your hand. Don't sit here and try to go like this because you're going to shake. Even if you don't shake, you're going to shake. Even if you just brace with just a pinky like that and then go over it, you'll get much better results. You gotta work quick. This paint's already drying up on the, over here on the cardboard. Now the main thing to remember here, well maybe not the main thing to remember, but something to keep in mind is that when you look at these, it is from basically one angle. You're not gonna be looking at it from the bottom, because that means you'd be laying on the ground. You'll always be looking from the top. So if you're gonna be sloppy on the bottom. That's kind of like my goal, kind of. See if I can do something with the bag, the bow tie. How's that look? But that is okay. Once it's on the car, it'll look considerably decent. Yeah, I should change it from low expectations to low standards, huh? Either way, this made my weekend not be a bust. Now, of course, earlier, well, a couple nights ago, when I went inside all pissed off because I couldn't do the brakes, I couldn't do the badges, I was aggravated. Well, the thing I should have remembered is that most of what I had to do for those brakes, I do up here on the bench. I didn't need to throw in the towel. So I wasted an evening where I could have been working. But I did go in and get some sleep, so. You know, unlike right now when I'm supposed to get some sleep for work. Okay, let that dry. I'm okay with what I just did. And I got this idea from the badges that I bought for my truck. So what I got to figure out now is, do I want to put 16-inch wheels on the front, or do I want to search for 15s that will fit properly? I still can't answer that. I'm going to have to get the other 16-inch wheel off of the other side and bolt it on up front and see what I think of having 16s front and back. I really had my heart set on 15s and 16s with the staggered look. Gives it more of a goofy hot rod, rat fink, if you will, kind of attitude. But if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. The 16s will clear, but then I'm going to have problems with clearance inside the fender wells. Like I said, total bummer. Update on the wiring harness. The guy has most of it done, and it sounds like it's going to be amazing. He's got all kinds of options. It's got another fuse box that comes with it. It's going to be as close to plug and play as possible. So until next time, hopefully, I don't know what we'll be doing next time. Man, that bummed me out. Anyways, catch you guys later.